So I just decorated the patio for pumpkin season. I went to Gallmeyer Farms, which is on Gay Avenue out in Sandston, and got those 3 mums and all these pumpkins except for that big one. That one I got from Walmart. It was like $4.98. And I got all the straw bales from Walmart and the little Home Sweet Home sign from the Dollar Tree and those little scarecrow guys and the little M pumpkin. There's one on the chair too. I got those from the Dollar Tree. And anyway, so isn't it cute? It turned out really good, just as I imagined. Anyway, I just watered. Still got some wonky peppers growing. A couple here, a few little ones. Ooh, I still see flowers, even though it's getting cold at night. Those desert roses, or portulacas. They're still blooming. So beautiful. They've been reseeding all summer. That's why it's so full. But these little seed pods inside of this is like hundreds of seeds. Maybe not hundreds, but a whole lot of seeds inside that one little seed pod. I'm gonna save them. Anyway, I planted some carrots from the seeds that I harvested earlier in the summer, and we've had them covered with this what is that, baking paper, anyway, parchment paper. I had it covered, but I did not water it very well, so they didn't germinate yet. Anyway, I picked up these 3 little cabbages from Walmart, and the green stalk is looking good. Still got some miniature tomatoes, pumping them out, and I forget what those little flowers are called, but I grew them from seed, of course. I don't know what this is on the kale plants, but that leaf I'm definitely not gonna eat. Any leaves with this stuff on it I'm not eating. But I really have gotten a whole lot of Swiss chard from these plants, and these little kale stumps that I cut back. See the stump? They're growing again. Lots of baby kale. That would be good in a salad. And there's a miniature tomato. This is what's it called? Micro yellow. Anyway, still got flowers on it. And this pepper plant, I don't think I'm gonna save that one. But anyway, this is the view from the back. Don't really see a whole lot. Just a few minutes every few days out here, and the patio is pretty easy to maintain. Anyways, that's what's happening on the patio. Now the front I really need to spend some time on. The front has the big sun gold that's still cranking them out, and what else? And it's got that big creeping rose bush that it's just everywhere, so I need to prune that back again. Actually, I think I'm gonna dig it up and take it to Mom's house. But just a little bit of work to maintain out the front, and maybe I'll do that tomorrow. And then the front will be taken care of. Romeo and I are walking in the yard, in the garden at Mom's house. I just took him for a ride, and he did really, really well. He's very strong. Which way do you want to go? Oh, you want to go into the house? You want to go into the house? You want to walk in the garden? Come on, let's walk the garden. Yeah, it's obviously, I haven't been here in a long time, a few weeks at least, but I really haven't been, I've really neglected the garden. Here's a couple baby jalapenos growing, and looks like some beet greens, some beets. Are these beets? Or just some sort of lettuce. Some sort of lettuce, I guess. The nasturtiums are doing really well. They, like, look at them. They've really taken over here. They're even growing up through the boxwood right there. So funny. Yeah, so there's just a few tomatoes on these vines, just a few, and the only thing over there are some, hold on doggy, marigolds and a bunch of old dead vines that I just need to take down. And over here we've got some nasturtiums going up the trellis, and in this bed Mom planted the sweet potato vines, so they've kind of grown all over here, the vines, but I wonder if we'll get any type of harvest out of that garden bed. I guess, I don't know when to harvest. When do we harvest? Because these vines are all everywhere. Like, they're over here too. Hold on, Romeo. And the zinnias are still going over here. They've kind of gotten too tall and flopped over long ago. They flopped over long ago. Go ahead. And some marigolds. There's some peppers. There's some peppers. I picked a couple. There's a couple over there too. And there's some on that bush over there. There was one that had fallen off of this bush over here, so I picked it. Did you get comfortable? Did you get bored? Because I'm too slow. Come on, Romeo. He's such a good doggy. He's kind of a scaredy cat. He hasn't really been like out in the world and gotten any experiences from all the extra noises and things. This tomato bush is a volunteer. I did not plant this, and neither did Mom. It just started growing, and to be honest, I mean, last year I grew the blueberry tomatoes, so that must be what these are. But I grew them over there on that bed that we just walked past. So anyway, There's sweet potato vines growing up into this bed. There's some over there too. Just creeping its way all over. It's taking over. What you eating, Romeo? What you find? Find some grasses? You eating some grasses? My calla lilies got much bigger this year. And the succulent that I had growing in here, it looks like it's died off. Probably got too much water. This sage bush though, come on. This sage bush I'm going to harvest from and make some more sage bundles, burning bundles. That's a good looking sage bush there. And the peppers, even though it's getting colder in the season, I find that the peppers are still doing pretty good. Like they're still cranking out flowers. And there's a poblano. There's another one here. Anytime I see them hanging, I just like hanging low to the ground. I pick them up and put them on the trellis. There's some more down that way, and a lot of corbachis. The corbachis did really well. I really like those too. There's some bell peppers right there in the center. Not sure if you can see them, but they're there. And whatever this is, it's got a very lemony scent. Maybe it's lemon balm, I don't know, but it's very lemony and I like it. Come on this way, Romeo. Let's walk through this maze. Ooh, flowers. Sorry, Bubby. Did not mean to kick you in the face. These tomatoes are still producing. A couple little ones here and there. Oh, there's a spider crawling on me. Ugh. Sorry. Whew, had to get it. The bean trellis is done. Next year, I'm going to pull off all this stuff. But next year, come on this way, Romeo. Come on. Come on, bub. Next year, I think I'm going to plant on this. I'm going to plant loofah. We're going to plant the loofah on this trellis. And I'm going to put the beans on this trellis. We're going to have a whole row of beans. There is some ginger. Look, there's one. Not sure if you can see it. You see it? That ginger leaf? One ginger right there. There's a smaller one right there. Not sure if you can see it, but and then there's another ginger. It looks like just in here. Right down there. I'm not sure if you can see the ginger sticks. So some of them made it. Some of the gingers made it. Ooh, look at that sunflower. That's gonna be a nice. Did the birds get to it? I can't tell. Looks like Mom's letting these bushes, mulberry trees, grow again. And look what I noticed. Sorry, because I'm like all over the place. But my patch of asparagus here looks like it's going to seed. This is the second year. And some of them are seeding, which is cool, I guess. And the snapdragons are still making it. Over here. Romeo, let's go this way, bub. Let's go this way. Come on, Romeo. Let's go this way. So there's still some clumps of tomatoes. Just a few. And you see the ginger? So a few of the gingers actually decided to grow. It wasn't a total waste. Hey, bub, you are eating grass, aren't you? Poor buddy. Okay, let's walk. Come on. Come on. Let's go this way. Oh, here's another clump of tomatoes. And not really anything growing over here. Hey, Romeo. Although Mom will call that her garden, so get out of Mom's garden. There's some more peppers growing over here. These are bullnose bell peppers, and there's a couple right there also, and a couple right here. Oh, look what I just found. Look at that. A couple little purple eggplants. Cool. And then, oh, you big old puppy dog. Hey, get out of the garden. Hey, get out. There's some jalapenos. And these are bullnose also, but they're kind of a funny shape. And I think that's a bullnose. And they're turning brown already. They're so small. Or is that the giant? Actually, I think this is the giant, the grande jalapeno. Sorry, the lighting is evening. So this one's supposed to be a yellow jalapeno. So all of these are going to turn yellow, and that makes sense because I just picked a yellow jalapeno off of that. These ones are the orange jalapenos. And that must be the grande. That's what that is. Hey, leave those tomatoes alone. Come here, bub. This way. Come on this way. Silly. Come on, Romeo. Yeah, good. So we still have lots of peppers to harvest. There's some hanging over here. These are poblanos. One there, one there. A couple bullnose, little bullnose ones. You see all these ground cherries? Oh my gosh, so many. So many. And then look at all of these corbachis just hanging out. There's a couple of poblanos up here. Oh, there's a red one. Better pick it because it's ready. It's red. Big, beautiful red. Not big, but beautiful red one anyway. Get your nose out of that. Anyway, so this is the garden. And it needs a lot of attention right now, for sure. It definitely is looking neglected. I'm sorry, garden. So sorry. Lots of nasturtiums everywhere. I love nasturtiums. They're beautiful. Say bye-bye, Romeo. Romeo. Say bye-bye. Hi, Bubba. Bye-bye. So I've just gotten home from Mom's house. Went grocery shopping. Picked up some stuff to make dinner. And now I'm home. I set up these lights this morning. I had a bunch of kale. I'm pretty sure this is kale. I hope that's kale. Because I planted kale and cabbage on the same day. And I'm thinking all of my kale, which is what I think this is, has sprouted, germinated, but the cabbage did not, and it was my 5th try. So I bought some and planted those yesterday. Also, I have some little baby lettuces that needed to be put into their own little pots. And then there's some basilico and some more of the lettuce mix. I think this one here is probably a spinach, possibly. So we'll see. Anyway, so I transplanted all of these this morning and set up the lights and have my ginger. I pruned it a little bit, cut some of the leaves off, and because they were like yellowing and browning. And this is my pepper plant that I'm overwintering. It's the California Golden California Wonder. And then my project in here, I pruned it a little bit. There was a bunch of dried up wonky looking leaves down on the stem, so I pruned those off, and just look at how healthy it is. It just looks so healthy. Kind of proud of it, actually. Anyway, experiment, because what we grew at Mom's house outside did not really form trichomes, which is the crystals that are full of THC, and they're like all over the bud and all over the little leaves that are like on the bud. So the ones that grew outside naturally did not form trichomes, the one at Mom's house. So this is a different strain, but at the same time I'm going to see if mine forms trichomes. Jesse's does, all of them that he grows indoors. So I'm thinking mine probably will, just because it's not outside in the elements getting rained on, and you know, I'm thinking maybe the rain washed away the trichomes, or maybe maybe it was just harvested too soon. I'm almost 100% sure that it was harvested too soon, but at the same time they should have had some trichomes. Anyway, MJ's looking good. Still kind of small, but looking good. And I'm not even keeping track of the weeks. Like, I don't even know what week this is, to be honest. But anyway, I'm so happy to have more little babies growing. Now, I don't know if when they get big enough, like, to come out of these pots, to transplant, like, into the garden. I don't know if it'll just be too cold outside for them to withstand a transplant, but I guess we'll see. I definitely started way too late. And I'm hoping my cabbages that I got from Walmart yesterday are going to be okay. I've got a bunch of seeds that we've saved. These ones here are seeds that my neighbor gave me from his, what's it called? The plant that's good for your hair, like the hair oil, good for hair growth. I forget what it's called, but I'll remember at some point. And then these are just a bunch of marigolds, and this is some dill, and this is one of my pretty leaf, what do they call it? It starts with a C. I'm losing all my words. I'm tired. I'm losing words. Anyway, lots of dried seeds there, and I dried some, pulled some off today too. These are the sundial peach portulaca, or the desert rose. Oh, and I have some sunflowers. These are not, obviously, because they're so small, these are not the giant variety, the mammoth. These are the, I think they were either, no, they were not burgundy. They were, I had some that were kind of like an orange burgundy color, and I'm thinking that's what most of those are, because I really loved that color. And then the others are just the generic yellow sunflowers. And in here I have tons of Chinese red noodle beans, and I've got some eggs that I'm boiling. I'm gonna have salads this week for work, for lunch at work. If I could just get my words out. And tonight, can you guess what I'm making? I got this and some of that and some fresh peppers from the garden, and I'll use an onion, Can you guess something from our childhood? What did Mama used to make from our childhood? Johnny Marcetti. You guessed it. Anyway, that's what I'm going to make for dinner tonight. I still have tons of chili. That big old bowl. Lots of chili in there. But I had that for at 3 o'clock this morning. For breakfast, I guess. Dinner, whatever you want to call it. Because right after that, I fell asleep again. But anyway, so this is dinner. And that's the weekend. Actually, I have a mess here. Sorry. But nobody has to really see it. Nobody comes over. Looky, looky. These are turning red, finally. And look at all these leaves. All of these flowers that are popping up. And up here too. This is the serrano plant that's flowering. And the little serranos are growing. And then there's a couple over here growing. And you see all those little buggies? They're still there. Anyways, tomato plant not doing so good. There's one little red tomato, a couple green ones, but I'll just pull it up soon and put some fresh dirt in there and start a new one. I'm going to start a new one and grow it over the winter. Creeping Jenny over here, not really doing so hot. It's drying up. I water it just about every day, if not every other day. But it's just drying up. It's just not, and I had a feeling that it would do that. But it's fine. It'll still be there. All the roots are in there, and it'll come back in the spring once I put this bad boy back outside. Oh, look. Here's all the seeds from my mammoth sunflower. It's an entire bag full. And I'll definitely send you some if you want some. Because this is the one that grew like 12, 13 feet in the front. Okay, well, time for me to cook and relax. I've been out of the house most of the day, so time to go. Bye bye. Thanks for checking out the video this week. And here it is. This is 4 cans of SpaghettiOs. And about I took out that much beef. So it was like less than half of the beef that I took out. So I didn't use all the beef. I can use that in another recipe. And then I just used the few peppers that I picked from the garden and a small onion. And I put a little bit of brown sugar in there. And it's just bubbling away. It's done basically just as soon as the SpaghettiOs are heated through. So I can turn it off, I guess. This is my dinner with a piece of buttered bread.